Everybody having a good day today. I just wanted to get on here and express myself. Look at that, say to my because it could be some people, who dealing with the same thing as far as family and how it could be so draining. Um, going to family gatherings and things like that when you are destined to be set apart when you are a chosen one. Yeah. Spirit always give me dreams. Like I always have like I don't want to say premonitions. It might be premonitions. That's what I'm hearing. But I could see things like as warnings in my dream state. I have the gift of discerning things in my dream. So it's like before I am challenged with something in the 3D, like my spirit team will give me um a sense of awareness and what I need in a dream state to be able to um play out whatever it is in this 3D room. It's really not easy when you are set to be, when you are called to be set apart, when you are chosen one. And it's like, no matter how cool and close you get with certain family members, it's like understanding that this shit is it's like a Sam's game we in. And just because you might be close to certain people don't mean that they won't be used by lower vibrational entities to attack you in different ways. That's why it's so important to stay highly protected. You gotta keep your energy grounded. You gotta stay guarded to a certain extent. Like chosen ones to be understand that you cannot be in the mix with any and everybody. Like I show gratitude to the soul and spirit, my ancestors, my spirit guides, highest version of self, and the spiritual assistance that's around the company always. I am protected, I say. I hope you're having a good weekend. I know I am. I'm gonna take a little walk around the water in a minute. I just came from my niece's birthday party, cowgirl style. Period. It was cool, but like I was saying, y'all, like before y'all came on here, I had started talking. But I was saying how as chosen ones, it's so important that we guard our energy. And a lot of times, people will invite you to certain things or whatever the case may be and put you in rooms with certain people who you have outgrown. And energetically, it can really lower your vibration. I was saying how spirit will give you the discernment. Like, I have the gift in dreams. So my spirit team, they be giving me warnings in the dreams. And then when I be seeing the shit play out in real time, y'all, I be just like taken back to a certain extent, but it still don't stop me from being in the game, right? So like as an empath, I'm just learning how to like, really for one, speak up for yourself, because if you like me, I used to always be kind of like hesitant to really say exactly what's on my mind because I know that my words they cut like a sword. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? And when I was coming up, that come from childhood trauma too because when I was coming up and I would express myself, I would always be told I was being disrespectful. You feel what I'm saying? So as I came up, I started to withhold my feelings because as a child, when I spoke on how I felt about something, because I am so patient, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I will always be told like, "Oh, you being disrespectful this, you being disrespectful that." It's a one-way conversation, you know what I'm saying? So even as an adult, like we have to heal that inner child. Like this shit, like this healing shit is not for play, y'all. It's serious. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like for real. It's not for play. Like you be, you know what I'm saying, cleansing your energy, doing all that you're supposed to do, and guess what? The divine is going to touch you. You have to show yourself to be approved when it comes down to all of this. You know what I'm saying? If you living up to that title that you say you a high priestess, you an empress. You feel what I'm saying? Root worker. All of these things, all of these titles. When it come down to this spiritual what I'm saying? Like, if you don't think that your ancestors is going to test you, you're crazy. It's going to come a point in time where they're going to put you in a den with the lions. You're going to be out in the under the moon in the darkness with the wolves because you're capable. You know what I'm saying? It's just the feelings that's in it. Like with life, you feel things deeply. You know what I'm saying? As an empath, like you can hear the things in someone's body language, the way they act towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like the words, you understand that the words and the energy that someone is exhibiting is not the same. It's two different things. How you doing? It's two different things, baby. It is two different things. And when you're gifted, when you're chosen, when you have these spiritual gifts as being a seer, okay, a light worker, a warrior goddess, a spiritual assassin, and the Astros, baby, it be your own people, and you be looking, and then it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You gotta learn how to speak up and you know what I'm saying, put motherfuckers in their place when they got you fucked up, because they come at you in different ways. It'll be sly, and if you don't catch it, you'll go home, you'll be upset, you feel what I'm saying, and you'll carry that energy onto you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be vigilant. It's a lot, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to tell my mother just now, like, as far as the gatherings for the rest of the year, I'm done. Like, because I spend a whole lot of time around people. You know what I'm saying? I have to have a specific crowd because I know the assignment that I'm on. I know that I'm being called, set apart. It ain't that I'm scared. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't that like I'm shy or any of that. It's just the energy thing, yo. It's the energy thing. And chosen ones, we already cleansing on the day to day when it come down to our daily lives and getting through this matrix. You feel what I'm saying? And battling and really being in the field when it come down to this healing shit. You feel what I'm saying? This evolving shit. So then when you add on top of that, you know what I'm saying, you with family, and then they got some other shit going on. They inviting motherfuckers that you ain't been around in years. You done already called yourself to be set apart. You're doing too much. It's giving doing too much. And then it's crazy because these monitoring spirits, let me tell you this. These monitoring spirits, they do anything to get in your presence. They ain't been in your presence in years. They want to see what's up, what's the hype, what's with her. What does she look like? You know what I'm saying? What can I get from her by being in the same room? They want to be in the same room with you bad as shit. It's sickening. It's sickening. They'll do anything. And you be thinking the people that's close to you, you gotta watch them too. Because certain motherfuckers that got the vaccine, yeah, I said it. We got vaccinated and all of that shit back when the pandemic and all of that was going on. It don't matter how close y'all is. They is NPCs, baby. They is NPCs. They will turn on you at any given click of a moment. All these motherfuckers behind the scenes gotta do is click a button. And it's like, I thought, man, you was, but you. Alright. Now I gotta treat all y'all like it's zombie land. Zombie land. But I show gratitude to my highest version of spirit team, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very vigilant. I'm very observant. It's just a fact in a matter of transmuting the energy, and cleansing when I am feeling like someone is trying to oppress me, or if I feel like I am being spiritually attacked in whatever way, shape, or form. It be your own people, like, shit be cool for 1 minute and then a motherfucker just throw you a, and it be like, yo. And then you know what they do? They gaslight you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta, even when it come down to that, you nip it in the bud, but you let it go, you release it, because they will try to make it seem like, you being a shit starter, or you jealous, or you envious, or whatever the case may be, and it's not. It's the fact that they projecting the energy onto you, and by you being an empath, you can feel it deeply. You get what I'm saying? Gang. It's a whole lot of gang shit going on over here. It ain't never been on no woe is me type shit. Like, I really do this shit in real time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was cold for this position that I worked so hard to be deemed to sit in, high ranking with high level primordial energies who don't fuck with, don't hold up. They trying to fuck with my throat chakra. Who don't play about me? Or I had to say who don't fuck with, who don't fuck around when it comes to me. Like, period. I had to get that out. Did. But you know how that shit go. You know, at the end of the day, like I'm doing what I'm doing behind the scenes. Such as, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing right now. So it's just like, you know, I'm excited about my future and the things that are to come when it come down to what I'm working so hard towards. You know, I don't like to use the words like you gotta stay focused. That shit sound cliche as fuck. What you mean you gotta stay focused? I am focused. Focus, focus, focus in this bitch. I'm real live focused. Mm-hmm. Very much so. So, you know, like I just be tripping off of how things be playing out because what was meant to destroy you can end up being that very thing that, you know, propel you to the next level. Hey baby girl, how you doing? That's good. It could be the very thing that propel you to the next level. So you gotta stay, you know what I'm saying? Stay on your divine path. Let no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Remember to return to sender. Or black magic, whatever you know choose to say. Like I would suggest you create your own mantra. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like when you're feeling the need to say it, say it. And it's your words, and your words hold power. You know what I'm saying? So you just continue to return all black magic, all dark magic. You know what I'm saying? Return all projections that may be sent towards you. You know, cleanse. And don't feel bad about expressing yourself and creating boundaries. Because, like I said, it could be the people that's closest to you. These motherfuckers, especially the people specifically, I don't know why I feel the need to say this shit again, but who have been vaccinated. Like, she'd be cool for 1 second and the motherfucker end up getting that switch turned on and the motherfucker start acting out of pocket. And you be like, this ain't the same person who I was just bonded with over the couple of weeks and they switch around. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know when that shit comes so you can learn how to maneuver. And a lot of times it's gonna take for you to really set yourself apart from people. Like, it don't matter how they feel about it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she don't come around, oh this, oh that. Like energetically, you know, when you are on your divine path and you in that North Node energy, you're not going to be able to hang in the same crowds that you used to before. And a lot of times you'll set yourself apart, but I'm like the people that you set yourself apart to, they will, you know what I'm saying, put you in the rooms with certain motherfuckers who you haven't even, you know, been around in years. And like I was saying, it ain't on no scared shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's just the fact of how we had to preserve our energy. You gotta preserve your energy. And for certain ways or you know, for certain reasons, you know, you might be put in a room with certain people who outgrew. You know what I'm saying? That's cool and fine and dandy, but it's just like the energy that come like along with it. Like certain people be coming off like they sneaky. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, you know, put you in a certain position where you'll have to have your guard up and shit like that. And we don't really have time for that. This path, this spiritual path is not a path where you have a whole lot of people in your energy, and when you start meant to, you have to learn to accept it and be okay with it. You know, you gotta learn to be okay with that, like real shit. But yeah, y'all, like I just wanted to get on here and say my 2 piece because that shit really like it just was the energy was just not good. Like my niece had a beautiful party. Like I was so glad to be a part of her celebration. But when it come down to the adults and you know certain things with certain rules that you know you feel like you might be close to at that time for whatever reason, that shit can touch you, yo. Like anybody. It's not meant for other people to understand. It's meant for you. So fuck if you feel like, oh, they're not gonna understand or They're gonna feel like I'm making funny, or I don't want to say this because I don't want to make them upset. Like, man, fuck that shit. They don't be think that's twice when they put you in a box and try to make you feel some type of way. You ain't gotta cuss a motherfucker out. Or sometimes it's best to let a motherfucker know this ain't what you gonna be. This ain't what you want. But like just being near the water is cleansing for me for real. Like where I live at, it's like a lake right here. It's the body of water. I'll take my dog and go for a walk. Take my daughter. Like that's a great way to ground. You know, just watching the birds, putting your feet in the grass, drinking some water, doing your meditations. The biggest thing that I know I gotta work on is sitting and quietness and sitting still. Cause shit, I got ADHD or I ain't even. So I really like I be needing to move around a lot. Like I be needing to move around for real. Like even when I'm sitting quiet, like I'm quiet, I'm chilling. I just hop on YouTube because I don't really talk to nobody on the phone. So like this is me talking on the phone for real, for real. I ain't gonna hold you. I been celibate. Like I ain't sitting around. You know, I had my share of people. You know who I was talking to for a little while, but then that shit don't be going right. Like when you on your spiritual journey, you gotta talk to people and connect with people on the same vibration as you. Cause if you don't, then they gonna use you as a fucking battery. Like, and you gonna be running around while you drained, or like the conversation don't even be given. Like, you know, good, good, good conversation and shit just be ending up being toxic and low vibration. So like, you know, it ain't easy. Like I say, it being set apart and kind of like being alone in certain times, being in the hermit mode on your journey. But like your tribe gonna come along. That's why I'm sticking to the plan when it come down to this YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to me building my brand and like just going after what I know, you know, it's in my heart for me to do. Like while I'm in this life for real, while I'm in this realm right now. Like fuck all of that. Like my people will come. Like the people who I severed ties with, cut course with, wasn't for no reason. It wasn't for no reason. Like motherfuckers be really like karmic as fuck. Like it don't matter who it is, what title they hold when it come down to this family shit, baby. Like they be karmic as fuck. And you have to realize, you have to understand, you have to start looking at yourself or feeling, looking to, because I do a lot of work. Like, but just looking within, going within, and your nervous system will tell you when something is fucking off. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. How much is my rent? None of your damn business. Just be asking anything. If you want to send some money towards my rent, my cash app is Nubian Crafting Corner. Send about 250. That's nice. That'll be a nice big help. Other than that, you know what to do. But yeah, like that's why I don't be reading the comments on here. I ain't got no moderator or nothing like that right now. Motherfuckers be getting on here trolling, geeking for real. Just saying anything to try to keep knock you off your frequency. This shit is every fucking way, to be honest. Like yeah, but let's talk about something different. Let's talk about how this RAM, when I say RAM, I feel like I sound a little like, you know, country. But RAM, REALM, this RAM is considered to be, for one, it's very low vibrational. Y'all know that this planet is ran by draconians, okay? So these people that y'all see in politics and shit like that, these presidents and these big executives and these people who, you know, are in the front and center when it come down to certain shit, right? These people are what you would call hold on. like I just said, draconians, but they aliens for real. Like everybody ain't the same walking around this motherfucker. Y'all gotta understand that, okay? Once you start to really understand that, then you don't know how to move and operate. You got people who wear all kinds of masks, skin suits, and shit like that. All kinfolk ain't kinfolk. All genomes, which is white people, ain't genome. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. So it's not too far fetched when you start to talk about different family dynamics and how we could have been born into karmic families. Like our souls, we choose to come here to evolve so that when we transcend from here, we can be in a higher frequency. So when we come here, we clear karmic debt. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of shit that goes on in this realm, babe. You gotta understand that if you're on this page because like that's what I want to bring to this page. Like if I can be able to share my knowledge, what I have learned over the years with someone who could use it and become, better, even if it's just for that moment or even if it's something that I say that you can remember and be like, oh yeah, well, you know, Nubian said X, Y, and Z. You feel what I'm saying? Let me go look this up or whatever the case may be, and it can take you down your own rabbit hole, and you can be able to, decipher these things for yourself. And that's why etymology is so important too. Like etymology will teach you about like the root of where these words that we use, this language that we use, where it come from to help you understand what's going on as well. And I learned about that way back then, but I just always was interested in etymology for real. Like, like I for real want to study etymology, like because even though I know certain things, like I still, you know what I'm saying. If I wasn't still growing and evolving, I wouldn't be here, right, right, y'all. If we wasn't still growing and evolving, then it would be no reason for us to be here. But you know how that shit go. Like I only want people on this page who resonate with what I'm saying. I'm deleting some comments because these motherfuckers be mad geeking for real. It happens to the best of us. Motherfuckers just be saying anything. They be wanting you to respond to them to give them your energy. This message gonna be for who it's for. Like, plain and simple. If this don't resonate with you, then I show gratitude. Have a nice day. You know, plain and simple. Yeah, I was saying about etymology, and how etymology teaches you about this language that we speak in the roots of where this deeper for real, and how like if you're on your spiritual journey, it's still going to be things that you need to know and learn. Like we're still evolving while we're here. We're still evolving. But I show gratitude to my ancestors, my spirit guides. Like I show gratitude to the journey, y'all, because like in the beginning of my spiritual journey, I was a little baby. Like I used to be, man. I used to go. Y'all remember like the real ones remember when Rashad Jamal was out, like Ryan, Nicole, like shout out to the governess, Quatita. You feel what I'm saying? Like I walk with the ancestors. Like it's so many leaders who have came before me, y'all. Like I'm trying to tell you all. Like and for me to really start taking my YouTube seriously, like that's how I know like the opposition gonna come, but it's no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm on a divine assignment. I ain't just pour this shit out my ass and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is man, I show gratitude to my ancestors for real. Like, yo, I'm telling you, like when you know you highly protected, you know what I'm saying? You really take time to connect with your spirit team and you can just like even just sitting around like they just surrounding me so heavily right now. Like that's why I cannot like I don't want to keep saying I cannot be around big crowds, but it's like the envy that comes with this journey, and like what I could do, because I'm all about like trying to find solutions. So I know what I could do is just continue to surround myself with, you know what I'm saying, greatness. But like I say, you're gonna be tested regardless. If you try to like, motherfuckers will be, NPCs will get activated. Thing get activated, they get to switching on you. You be like, who's this? Like, damn, like that. Like, it's because you got that star quality energy. It don't matter what you wearing. It don't matter if it's designer. It don't matter if you got, a BBL. It don't matter if you. It don't. None of that shit don't matter when you call and you chosen. None of that shit don't matter. When I tell you your spirit team gonna put you through so many different tests, Wiz, though, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and you're gonna be wondering who the fuck you are. Like, you're gonna be like, I don't know this person. And then the beauty in this whole journey is the fact that it's not even done. We just getting started. We just getting started. All those things that's within your heart that you feel like, oh yeah, I just want to do this, or I don't know why I always feel drawn to doing this. For example, my shit is beads. Like, I always made waist beads. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I would wonder, like, I would try to switch it up, on some entrepreneur shit, because I always been a boss, like my mindset for real, like. And then even like just working in regular jobs, like that was always hard for me because I would always find myself getting into it with somebody saying something crazy to me. And don't get it twisted, I am in therapy because I'm working on me. Everything ain't always somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta really take time to sit back. Like, every night I hold myself accountable. I try and I strive to work to be a better version of myself the next day. So I know if I feel like I fucked up in a certain area, you feel what I'm saying? On one day, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I sit back and I might not, you know what I'm saying? I might have my feelings towards why I reacted a certain way if it come down to parents and my children, you feel what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? How, just anything, you know what I'm saying? Mostly that, because my kids is always the ones who are around me, like, but like, I'm always with my children, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always us. So, like, even in any scenario, is what I'm saying. Like, somebody could piss you off at the store and you let them know, like, look, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Type shit, you feel what I'm saying? And then you sit back and you had to think about how you responded to a certain person or a situation. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, that's what it's about. If you're not, that's what you call healing, yo. Like, that's healing. That's a healing. Like, not being out here, if you're a young woman, don't be out here fucking on all these other different niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody go through their whole phase. I mean, most people do. You feel what I'm saying? But it comes to a certain point in time in life where you gotta really sit back and understand what it is that you got going on for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, all right, well, you know, I'm gonna sacrifice this. I'm gonna sacrifice that. That could be for somebody. No shade, no shade, no tea. When it comes down to that, like, do what you want with your body parts. But I'm just saying, like, if you celibate and shit like that, that shit will really open your eyes to a lot of different things, and you could be able to like look at things differently because like you you celibate. You know what I'm saying? You're working on you. You're not intertwining your energy with other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? When you have sex, it's a ritual. When you having sex with somebody, you taking on their spirits, you taking on their karma, you taking on their good fortune. You are intertwining. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I think it's very important for men and women to take time out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to sexuality and shit like that, and having sex and shit like that, because if you don't, then I feel as though like it's going to be a weakness. For one, like, you can be with somebody, dating somebody, and all that. That don't mean you gotta be